When I do my lessons, and I'm going to kind of give you a run-through of, I guess, what you could say my system is, what I work on with my students all the time. A lot of it, like I said earlier, is based on half steps, based on distance, based on this idea of finding the moment to make the right attack and how you prepare to find that moment. All right? So with all my lessons, I pretty much go through three main segments. I do my introduction, and I do my warm down at the beginning and the end. They are exactly the same with every student, no matter if they've been fencing 1 day or 10 years. They are exactly the same. And you noticed with, when I was doing that little lesson here, what's your name? Tom, come on out. All right, so Tom's going to get, work here.
So much better.
All right.
Nothing's going up.
Okay, so I start my lessons stationary pretty much all the time. And I teach tip positions, all right? And this is for the higher level kids, but I teach position up and high, all right? A neutral position, and then a real nice relaxed low position. I work those three positions all the time. So I always start out in a neutral position. I always start engaged in 6 because I'm a lazy coach. And I like to just stand still for a while before I start to move. And I just have an instinct. Good. Now, what I want him to do, I pop that hip back, I want it right there. So his arm's on that table. All it's going to do is slide right off, slide right back on. I love a long extension. I work that. Good. Easy drill. Then I do it with movement. So by moving, you move. Then I do it with advance. No blade. Alright, good. Good. And then I have to go. So all I do is just work this. Step back. Do it again. Step back. Find the blade. I'm not going to step again. So then I'll throw in a 4. Right? And I have him put the 4 down to my flank all the time. Love to sit right up. Good. And then I go. Good. Right? So why? Why do I do this? Well, I do it because I love controlling their blades. Alright? And actually, I think there are a lot of times in fencing where you, by accident, by hook or by crook, you find your opponent's blade on your blade, and you have to not be afraid of just pushing through and scoring. I also do it because I have a lot of background in epic, and I think it's not a bad thing for foil fencers to learn how to do that opposition. The other thing that it does is it forces them in that proper position with that arm. Okay? If I have my blade here, in order for them to contact it properly, they need to be in a good guard position. The same thing with the 4. If I'm over here, their 4 has to come here, and it controls where they go with their blade. Because this is important to me further on in the development of my students. Because when I want them to take a parry, I tell them that it's a window. All right, and every time. Now, right now, my window is closed in 6, but if I move over here, my window's closed in 4, and it's a position. It's not like just blocking and pushing the blade. It's a position of where they end the parry. So it's here. That's it. That's all they need. They don't need to go out over here unless, that blade's like this far away from there. And if that blade's this far away from you, they've already made the mistake and they're probably going to get hit anyway. So it doesn't matter. So the warm-up is always the same. And the reason is it teaches them something that they're comfortable with. All right? Then I can use this at competition. I can use this if I need to calm a kid down. Because kids go to competitions and they're jittery. And if they have the repetition of getting into I call it just getting into the zone. Like just getting ready to fight. This warm-up routine works very, very well. All right? So we add a whole variety then of things. All right? So moving. Now with one. Good. And always get out. Sometimes I'll just go like this. Not a little bit of hesitation, but good. Relax now. Step back to 4. Yes. That was a nice stop. Good. Step back. So I just build off the 4 and the 6 opposition because it makes them very happy. All right, and it makes them know those positions because those 2 positions to me are critical. 7, there's a little bit more latitude in how you can move your blade around. 8, again, there's more latitude, but 4 and 6, it's got to be exact. Okay, so yeah. Yeah. So, here we go. So I have this blade pretty neutral when I start. When I want him to take the 4, I want him to imagine catching my blade with his finger here. So he's going to rotate and catch, and the finger's going to come up. Okay? There. So he's going to be right there. Now, all he has to do to score, he could go right to here, but I don't like that so much in foil. It's hard. I like wrapping it down to here and making that extension there. All right? And my fencers, a lot of the times, this is where this kind of plays into it, this instinct of that flank, is on their step, they're going to get a straight tap in the preparation. They just close that core, and they're really good at bringing that down to that flank line. And it's a very effective way to control it. All right, so, what? And very hard to counter-repulse that. Exactly. All right, so what I want you to do is just play with the oppositions in 6 and 4. All right, and just relax a little bit. To have 3 neutral here, start. And I don't really care what the footwork is at this point. I just want him to follow and make that decision, make that nice decision. And then maybe we go to 4. Good. Then I train him disengage, right? So now, same part of the warm-up, disengage in. 6. And see how I'm using this left hand? Going back. Fight through. Just like Paul said, keep fighting all the way through the end. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Short, that's okay. Lunge. Short, that's okay. There it is. There it is. Okay? So just keep playing with those oppositions. Alright? So just take 5 minutes. It's not a hard drill. Just take 5 minutes and play with it. Teach 3 positions, right? I teach here, neutral, and down. Now we're going to use a down position. Alright? Alright, so first thing I would do is, since he hasn't done the advanced lunge, alright, I want him to work on that half-step advanced lunge first. So I'm going to have him retreat. He's going to take the half-step, advanced lunge. Cool. Very nice. Okay, now.